The good news is people are really starting to wake up because of the globalists trying to break their will. It's backfired. But the bad news is a food safety bill clears key vote in the Senate. Gotta love that deceptive. It's like calling the Patriot Act the Patriot Act, or no student left behind. You know, it does the opposite. It federalizes it to make sure they get dumbed down. And that we've had that from the former head of policy, Department of Education, Charlotte Iserby. Food safety bill clears key vote in Senate. The U.S. food supply, battered by a series of recalls after millions were sickened, moved a step closer towards its first major safety overhaul in 7 decades following a key vote in Congress Wednesday. The Senate voted 74-25 to limit debate. That way they don't have to hear the facts of the bill. On the food safety bill, which clears the legislation for final vote where it is expected to pass. There is no timetable for when that will be. The bill will give the Food and Drug Administration broad powers over recalls, increase the rate of plant inspections, and boost access to food facility records. A similar version of food reform legislation cleared the House of Representatives in July of 2009. And it goes on, there are people all across America who understand when they go shopping at the food store and buy groceries or buy produce, that it's a sort of built-in assumption that it's safe. Okay, you're not worried about aspartame in tens of thousands of products and all the sugar gum now and much of the candy, admittedly deadly. You're not worried about all these drugs the government allows to be put on the market. I mean, they'll have drugs for mild ailments, and then it'll say may cause sudden death, heart attacks, and they'll tell you how the drug's good for 10 seconds, and for 50 seconds. I saw this ad the other day on television, and it just went, oh, you might have mild arthritis? Well, take this drug. I think it's called Symphony. And then it just went on for, in fact, go to YouTube and pull up Symphony. It's spelled weird. Drug ad. I mean, it's the worst I've ever seen. It just goes on and on and on. I actually watched it on the internet. It was on YouTube, one of their ads, one of their featured ads. And it just went on and on. I now call the internet TV. I don't even watch regular television, but rarely. I had to, it took us about 30 minutes again to get the television working on cable and watch Conspiracy Theory last Friday with Jesse Ventura and myself and others. But it's just crazy. They could care less about your safety. They allow GMO salmon, no studies, just boom, and they don't even want you to be able to have it labeled. The new head of the FDA is a former Monsanto operative. The head of regulation is a former, not just the new head of the overall agency, but the head of the approval of new foods. So, of course, they're not going to let you know if salmon's GMO. They don't even want you to have a label. They don't even want you to be able to know. They don't care about your food. Big mega agribusiness has lobbied for this because the bill openly states that it's broad. They can do whatever they want. And you already see them going after folks with cupcakes or lemonade or SWAT teaming Amish or going after people that sell tomatoes on the side of the highway. They don't want you doing anything. In fact, I've got a police state stack here in my news today, and it just goes through. They have a chess park in New York, and it's been there for decades, and they went and put up signs last week saying no adults here who aren't with children, saying that any adults who want to go to a park are pedophiles. And the people that have been going there to the chess park where the tables are boards, these old men, for decades, the police came and gave them all tickets. And more parks are doing this. In England, if you're at any park as a male or female by yourself, this even happened to a Wall Street Journal reporter I was talking to. They come up and ask you, basically, are you a pedophile? And you're like, what? No, I'm a tourist from the United States who wanted to come out here and see the canals. See, it's all about training you that you're a criminal and you've got to answer questions. So no cupcakes, no lemonade. You think you're going to go to a park and play chess and meet like-minded people? They don't want free association. They want to make everything dirty, everything bad. You can see some pedophile in a wife-beater shirt with mustard stains looking like a demonic zombie at a park. You can pick out one of those guys, from 1,000,000 miles away. Kids know not to talk to adults who they don't know. What are children doing at parks unattended? Huh? My children sure aren't at parks unattended. This is a bunch of bull. Again, this park has had chess tables reportedly for decades. Men and women are there playing chess at lunch, eating their cheese sandwich, and the cops show up and they're like, what? I've been playing chess here for 10 years. What? Well, you may be a pedophile. And the news report, there weren't even any kids there at lunch. They go, hey, man, we're here eating our lunch. What? I know that we've had the light of liberty in our hearts. We have the truth. We have history. We know how to defeat tyrants. And we are on the front lines of the info war. We are setting bushfires in the minds of men and women. We are, together, this radio show, interfacing with you, this great activist audience. As I've told you for 3 weeks, it is now being identified all over the media as a giant rebellion against government and tyranny itself. It's being recognized as being bigger than the TSA and being about the federal government and the public becoming empowered. And DAs across the nation, breaking news here, are sending police into the airports to investigate the felony crime of groping that's going on. This is absolutely amazing. This is breaking news. Kurt Nimmo has got an article going up at Infowars.com. He's done an excellent job getting it ready so quickly. This has gone from them warning the TSA that they're not above the law and don't grope to, hey, the police are there and they're watching you. And it's spread to other counties. That's breaking news coming up at Infowars.com in the next 20 minutes or so. And you better believe we're going to have a key search term on that today. In other news, we're going to Max Kaiser in a moment. Senator Rockefeller, FCC should take Fox News, MSNBC off the airwaves. I got Gerald Celente coming on later in the next hour. We're going to play that then. You know, remember he said we'd be better off without an internet? Well, now he said something even wilder. He says, I want to get rid of Fox News and MSNBC. I mean, there's video of this. It's up on Infowars.com. It's up at DrudgeReport.com. Officer fined $185 for speeding in a crash that paralyzed a boy who's also now brain damaged. He was excessively speeding, way above the speed limit. Can read that in the Examiner. Here's another one. Cops bust 7 men playing chess in Upper Manhattan Park that's always been a chess park. But they put up signs saying no adults without children in this park. And they've got chess tables. And when they gave them these tickets, locals report the old men had played there for over a decade. And then they were at lunch. There were no children in the park. So on a school day, there's guys out there playing chess with each other. You don't do that in America, man. I mean, this country is a joke. Meanwhile, half the Congress are pedophiles. I mean, it's just incredible. But nobody wants to stop DynCorp kidnapping children. So that's just an example of the government, Rockefeller over key committee that deals with the media says just get rid of free speech, get rid of the internet, get rid of Fox News. We've got cops going, and they thought it was a joke when they gave them tickets. See, that's what tyranny is they want to police normal, good people. They want to abuse us. They want to train us that we're bad. And